So there guys, welcome back to Hearthstone 4, Red Finland, Communists, we're great. Last episode we fought off a brief invasion by the British, which was annoying, to say the least. They made landfall over here in Usamar, and managed to conquer a few squares, so we had to fight them off. That was really annoying. Greece joined the Allies, Italy's declared war on Greece, that's great. And Spain. Spain sent us a load of motorised, which was unexpected, but helpful to some degree. We're still like a massive deficit, but we're slowly starting to filter artillery and motorised into our units. It's not going to make a huge amount of difference, I don't think. Greece has been joined in now. What's our positive on this? 80% apparently. Do I even want to fucking send my boys in? 80%, you'd think we'd be able to win with 80%. And yet, every time we fucking try, this guy gets owned. Should we try it? Let's fucking try it. Let's just see. Just in case that little bit of artillery that we've managed to ship over is enough. Signal Company 2 is done. Let's pause. Let's pause and have a good look at our fucking research. We can start thinking about the fourth tier down here. We've done pretty well on that shit so far. Our land doctrine, we still need to pick another bonus for that. That's okay. Artillery, no point going to improve yet. That's going to take forever to build. Researching tanks seems kind of pointless. We're already researching weaponry 4. We're already researching synthetic oil 2. Have we built an oil thing yet? Is that something we've done? We've got one in the queue. We're pretty much full on everywhere. Let's bump this up to the top. Call to arms. We're already at war with all these people. We're already at war. This is already an ongoing fucking war. It hasn't quite merged into the big multi-fucking war yet, but it will do. This is like, it's such a ridiculous fucking spread of wars going on. What do we want to research, guys? Atomic research seems kind of pointless to us, really. Can't do much about planes. Should we research the tank just to get it done? Let's do that. Maybe when we build the oil refinery we can start making some really basic tanks and just make a couple of small tank divisions and maybe that'll help. How are we doing over here? Another 9 days. Another 10 days. It's just going to drag out and stop, isn't it? 12 days, 13 days, 14, 15, 16. 35. No, it's gone. How with 80% does it get to the point where it's just like, nope, you're gonna lose? We've immediately lost. The division's not in position. How can they not be in position? It's one fucking square. They are permanently in position. It's so ridiculous. How can we It's actually ticking back down now that we're losing. I don't get it. I really don't get it at all. We had the plan with the preparation bonuses. Our units are fairly decent. We've got the decryption advantage as well. We've got a higher level commander than they have. We're slightly over the combat width. But I think we've got a thing that reduces our combat width slightly, so that might be why. I don't know. I can't figure out why we can't take this fucking square. I really can't. Our attack is so massively low compared to their defense. I mean, that could be why. Are they swapping out units for Canadian units or something? Okay, let's stop because we're not achieving anything by attacking that square. Let's stop. Oh, and now it immediately suddenly goes up. Now that our allies are actually attacking them. Is it because he was attacking at the same time as us? Is that what the issue was? I can't tell. He's fucking scores dog shit as well, though. Look at this. And now we'll be back up to 80%, 60%, because we're not prepared. I don't get it. I don't get it. We're never going to take that fucking square. Oh, the fucking British are back. Oh my god. How do they do this as well? Like, how do they land on squares that don't have a port? Because you can't transfer to a square that doesn't have a port, but the AI seems to do this to me a lot, where they will just land on a square and be like, what are you going to do about it? It's ridiculous. I mean, we've just literally just killed them, but how do they get there? How do they manage to just... Did they paratroop in? Is that what they did? Because I didn't see... Oh no, it did say naval invasion. Very strange. Very strange. Because it's like it's not like we can protect every single square on the coast. That's just absurd. So it's literally indefensible against that sort of shenanigans. 80% apparently. We're not going to do it. We're not fucking attacking this time. What can we do? How can we stop them? How can we take that one fucking square? It counts as the same region. How do they have such good supplies as well? That's the other thing. Where are they getting all their fucking supplies from? And what can we build that would stop them? Did we edit just our main unit? I think we did, didn't we? Okay, we got that. We have a lot of support equipment. The infantry equipment we're going to need to make better stuff with, but the support equipment line, maybe we could reduce this down a bit and put some of those on artillery or motorized. The big thing for motorized would be getting that synthetic refinery up and running. Putting some extra ones onto this could really help, I think. What if we drop... How much of that have we got? We've got quite a bit of tungsten. Okay, let's do this. Let's drop 2 off there. And put 2 on there. It's going to mess with the cap, but hopefully that'll pick back up fairly quickly. And then at least we've got the artillery sorted. Infantry equipment. Well, we're going to get infantry equipment 3 before turn. Can you variant that? No. Man, all you can hear is just them marching on the spot over there. It's stopped now. Even though no one was moving, it was just like chung 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 chung. The plan is going down. Why is it going down? Inferior enemy is dropping. And it's dropping as their organization goes up. So does it make sense to attack when their organization's low? But then we lose the preparation bonus. Oh my god, that's really annoying. Let's zoom out. Okay. What did we research? Synthetic oil refinery 2. Which I've never actually figured out what you do with that. How do you build a level 2 refinery, or does it just automatically upgrade the ones you've got? I don't know. I do not know. Let's get concentrated 4. Let's have another look at these guys. So why does inferior enemy max out at 80% and yet that's not enough to actually kill them as well? I mean, if they're so fucking strong that they can turn the tide of battle as soon as we start fighting, then why can we not wait for that bonus to go higher? Why are we making 0 artillery and 0 motorized? We've lost factories. The fucking British have taken another thing. Oh my fucking god! These assholes! They actually killed our unit. I'm sure we had units there. They actually managed to kill our fucking units. What a pain in the ass. And now they're going to start spreading like a fucking disease. Let's get these other 4 over here to help with the fight. Because we need to lock this shit down before they take all of our stuff. God damn it. I wish they'd just stop fucking landing on us all the goddamn time. It's really frustrating. See if they haven't got better fucking things to do. They've got such bigger fucking people to fight. You'd think they would be just wasting their time coming to fucking Finland. Bloody British. It wouldn't be so bad if the Soviets would just send a few people over to help as well. It's like they own half the fucking world. They've trounced Germany. Germany's fucked. This is pretty much going to be a Soviet/democratic war, like it pretty much always is. So, for some reason, whenever I play recently, the fascists always seem to lose. Germany just gets dicked on every time. Japan, dicked on every time. I played a game of Spain recently, and went fascist, and like won the Spanish Civil War, and whilst that was happening, Germany just got shat on by the Russians. So I had no allies. Then the Russians took Italy, and like all the fascist states just fucking died except for me. It was really annoying. Right, so let's try and kill these fucking Brits then. Come on, let's fucking get them killed before they take all my shit. I'm gonna have to like sort of keep a fucking eye on this and just keep moving people around as they take states. Because they're just going to keep landing. You can't fucking stop them. We don't have the abilities to build a huge navy. Let's get one guy to just take that fucking square back. Right. All this shit's going on. Let's have a look. What do we need to do? National focus. Let's do that first. We need more factories to do anything, pretty much. Because this is the thing, I mean, we could, like... The air production thing's not too bad for helping make actual planes. You can turn that on, it just runs continuously and will help us with our planes, because obviously we've got fuck all factories to build planes with. But... Literally, we're just going to go for nuclear because there's nothing else to go for. And then we're going to... Let's get an artillery designer. That'll help us, like, boost through the artillery a little bit, maybe. Right, you guys... I want... one of you back over there with you. And then, which one of these is the actual port? That one. Let's get you 4 over there. See, all the ports are covered. But we're going to have to move someone. We're going to have to get these guys So one of them over there. And one of them... Where else are they likely to attack? They sort of seem to be favouring this coastline. Let's put one over there. And then we'll just try and keep an eye on it. Right. How are we doing up here? We're still beating them, but we can't... If anything, the Norwegian units seem stronger than the United States units. 127 days till we've got enough motorised. 39 days till we've got enough artillery. So really we need some more motorised. Which isn't going to start happening until we've built the oil refinery. Yeah, not having oil is like a big problem. Maybe we should have built an oil refinery earlier so that we could have just like... I mean, again, we wouldn't really had a spare factory to build anything with, but just making a handful of planes maybe for close air support might have helped with this situation. Because they don't have any air support is what I've noticed. Not that I really want to play as Finland again, but I think if I did, I feel like building an oil refinery early on and then just setting one production line to just slowly churn out aircraft, it would mean it might take a while. But even if you can get just like 50 planes, it might take a couple of years, but then by the time you get to this point, it might just be enough. Why are we losing boats? Have we got boats patrolling? I don't even think we had any boats. Great War Tank researched, and we still have research bonuses for the rest of the tanks, so let's research the light tanks, because I think they're easier to build. Production cost 8, production cost 25, yep. Let's do that. Let's research some light tanks. And when the oil refinery is built, we'll see if we've got enough to start producing a few tanks. Thing is, I bet they take fucking years to build. They'll be obsolete before we've even fucking built them. Oh, speaking of obsolete, we need to upgrade our infantry equipment as well. Let's do that. We actually need 20,000. We've got a lot of rifles out there. That's the weird thing. Although we have still got the fucking original one that we started with. We've got 10,000 of level 1 and 10,000 of level 2. It's a lot of spare rifles. I'm going to wait till the artillery is fully out there. And then we might give them another poke over here. Because that guy is still saying, yeah, it's a good plan. It's a pity we can't borrow some planes off someone. I bet fucking Russia's got tons of planes. We've got 232 planes of some description there. Look, another 400 there. If they could just lend us like 100 of them. 100 fucking planes. And we could easily stomp over Norway. Italy's managed to actually fight off Canada, though, I've noticed. They've retaken Rome, which is surprising. It'd be interesting to see whether they can come back. Oh, that looks bad, though. They've got like a completely isolated area in the middle of Africa. Free France. Free France. I've not seen Free France before. Is that Democratic France? It is Democratic France. That's quite interesting. It looks like Spain's lost their little thing over here as well. Equatorial Guinea. But it still says control of nationally Spain, even though that's clearly marked as Free France controlling it. Oh, is it because they still own that? They'd have to take both bits to become the state owner. Wow. And they still own the Canaries. but they've lost the Balearics. The Balearics is so hard to hold because they just like the AI just hammers these fucking islands. The Brits just like attack it constantly. That was pretty much the main problem I had trying to defend as Nationalist Spain. Because as Nationalist Spain, I pushed in and took like all the bottom half of France, and then pushed all the way up here and took all this part of France. So I owned like a good half chunk of France. But then Germany just died. And so then I was trying to fight off everybody because Italy died afterwards. So I'm fighting the Russians over here, democracy over here, and they just slowly pushed me back down. It was so sad. And it was the same fucking issue, just complete lack of factories. No matter how many factories I had, they were just like... France have got like hundreds of them. It's insane. I was building like non-stop factories, and I must have had about 60. And France easily had double that. It was absurd. It's so overpowered. How long is it going to take for this fucking artillery? Come on, 9 days for 20 artilleries. How many are we making? 2 a day. Because we're low on steel. Why are we low on steel? Where's all our steel gone? What? Oh, it's because it takes more steel when we make the higher equipment. Oh. Of course it does. God damn it. Okay, I'm moving them up to prioritise them over support equipment. And I'm going to have to move motorised up as well. Okay. That might help a little bit. In fact, I could even... No, I don't need to move anything else. I was going to say I could move infantry equipment to the bottom, but it's fine. I guess we sort of need those making fairly fast so they can get shipped out to the troops. 5 more artilleries. Come on. 5 more artilleries. And then our troops are artilleried up to the 9s. How long till we've built the thing? December. Oh my god, December is a long time away. Right, we have artillery. Everyone has artillery now. Are these guys going to stop attacking long enough for us to actually push? He's slowly rising. "41 divisions defending." Okay. How long will it take for them to prepare? Problem is they keep attacking us. Like, just... Fuck it. I'm not even going to wait for the preparation bonus, because every time it gets close to the top, they attack us, so that we can't get the full bonus. Let's see how they like us with artillery. Oh, just instantly they turn it around. 15 days. 18 days. How? How are they countering our tactic when we've got the decryption advantage? Oh, that just gives us extra damage and defense. God damn it. Too wide a unit. So we can't use our reserves. And what are these? Are these our guys? Did we just lose that fight instantly? Our breakthrough is at minus 50% because of the terrain. I mean, we could have made some hill units. That might have helped. I'm not entirely convinced it would have helped. Oh, yes. Send me more motorized. Oh, we need more convoys. Why do we... Where's all our convoys gone? Jesus Christ. We're completely out of convoys. I usually don't bother building convoys as we haven't got any fucking oil for them, but... Fine. We'll build some more. Oh man, we're just chewing through the artillery already. We are actually winning. We are actually fucking winning. Less than a day and then immediately 2 fucking weeks. I don't understand why everything's too wide a unit. Our units are not fucking 40 wide, so why can't they reinforce the front line? I don't understand the mechanics behind that. The whole combat whip thing is ridiculous. We can't do that because we don't have 50 fucking factories. How many factories do we have? 31. We'll never have 50 factories. That's way too many fucking factories. Let's start on the aviation effort. And research. Improved artillery. And... oh, fuck. Also, the British are probably invading us somewhere. It looks like they're invading over here. It's the Netherlands. The Netherlands are invading. Our towed artillery is obsolete. So now we're switching. And that's using a hell of a lot more steel. Man, we do not have fucking steel. We need this Norwegian land. I can't believe it's taken us so long to try and just fucking take this. We sort of swamped through so easily. I mean, maybe we should have made some hill guys, but it's... we didn't have the manpower at the start of the game to make units. I didn't think we'd be able to produce them before the war started. I'm amazed we actually managed to create any units at all to send in. We're getting fucked over here, so let's stop. Because we're not going to fucking win. We can defend this spot all we like, but so can they. If only we could ask Sweden if we could move through. Because then we could attack from multiple directions. Well, the Netherlands didn't manage to break their way in. We've got one capital ship that's just sitting here. Rulers do not engage the enemies. When did we even tell this ship to go here? Fucking engage the enemies. I don't care. We don't have any other boats. Engage. Is it because it's weak? Because it needs repairing? Probably. Fuck him. There's no point repairing that one goddamn boat. What we need is fucking planes. And maybe some light tanks. Oh man. It's going to take forever to build tanks. It's going to take forever. What do we want to research? Let's get, what does this actually lead to? Nuclear reactor. What do nuclear reactors do? Is it literally just to make the bomb? Which we don't need. Experimental rockets is just for the jet fighters. Oh, we've got a bonus on the advanced computing machine. Let's do it. Let's get the advanced computing machine, even though it's a slightly ahead of time thing. Someone else, the Netherlands, they're back. They're trying to take this island again. They're probably going to keep doing that now. The British seem to have left us alone for a little bit, though, so that's nice. Maybe they're trying something else. Canada's back in fucking Italy. And what's this? The Dutch East Indies have got a little piece of Italy as well. I'm hoping our communist allies can deal with Germany pretty fucking quick and then start squishing some of these guys. Because I feel like... I don't know. I don't know how else we can attack Norway. Maybe we should just give up on Norway and get some of our troops down here and try and claim some of this beautiful European land for ourselves. Because we're not at war with Sweden, are we? So we can't even walk through their fucking thing. They are, like, completely neutral in this whole war. And I do not want to declare war against them because they will fucking stomp us. How many convoys have we got? We've still got 4 convoys, so our convoys are still alive somewhere. Don't know, do you think it's worth marching troops down through Soviet lands and getting involved in this bit? Maybe. Because it still won't help us. There's still no other land route to Norway. I mean, the alternative is we make some marines. We make some marines and we go and land down here, but I bet you they've got fuckloads of units. In fact, let's just quickly check. We've got 38. I bet they've built fucking millions of them. 33 to 40. And they've got like 8 and 6 factories. How are they fucking supplying their army? It's the same size army of us as us, and we're struggling to provide them with more factories than what they've got. I don't know. Roll on December, and we'll start making some tanks and see how they like that. Maybe a couple of tanks will help us push through, because tanks have breakthrough, don't they? That's their thing. Which I'm guessing is what the infantry units lack. Can we like just see the whole stat of that unit? Breakthrough's 54. Or is it piercing? No, piercing just goes through armor. It's a pretty strong unit. 150 attack. You would think this would be a fairly solid unit. Maybe we should put the signal company in. That gives us the initiative. What does the recon one do? Gives us +1 recon. Is the recon worth having? That'll give us a chance to counter their tactics. I don't think that alone would help, though. I don't think it's going to be enough of a buff. They've got... Right, I'm going to pause. I'm going to have a look at these stats. Right, so Norway. They have 14 artillery. In 7 units, they have 14 artillery. So that's 2 artillery per unit. 45 to 53 infantry, which is... It's probably 49, isn't it? Because that divides by 7. So that's 7 and 1 artillery. Plus a line artillery, an engineer company, a recon company, and a field hospital. And what looks like towed anti-air? Is that what that bottom left one is? And compare that with our guys. One of these guys. We have 6 infantry, 1 artillery. So they've got an extra infantry in each one of their units than we have. So the other thing we could do is we could maybe get rid of these, like pull these units away that are only just basic infantry, because maybe they're getting in the way. If they're getting sent in first and just getting stomped, I'm going to unassign them. I'm going to unassign those, and then I'm going to send them... let's send them down here on defensive duties against potential invasions. In fact, Jesus, there's only one guy on the island. Let's send them to the port, and then from the port to the island, they can help defend that island, because that one guy is probably not going to be able to defend it on his own for very long. Right. Why have these guys got yellow? Low organisation. Why have they got low organisation? They haven't. Their organisation is at max, but apparently their organisation is too low to advance, even though it's at max. How does that work? Because they have high organisation. It's not that high, is it? What? I don't understand. Organisation's 43. That's not high. That's pretty shit. if we were to put the recon company in, we'd need extra infantry equipment, which is fine. Extra manpower. Extra support equipment. That's all fine. It will bring the organisation down, so maybe that will help. I don't know. Why is high organisation bad? That's what I don't understand. Why is it bad? I'm doing it. I'm adding that into our Yalka Divisioner. Right, that's the changes. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave it then, guys. We'll try that next time. In December, which is only 2 months away, we'll make some tanks and put together a really small tank unit. Just a handful of tanks, just to see if we can, you know, push through a little bit with some tanks. Maybe that will help. If that don't work, we'll try and make some close air support planes and see if that works. Sooner or later, we'll find a way of pushing through there. We've got to. But in the meantime, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.